name is Spires, and today I'm here to talk about reducing plastic and paper waste in our Starbucks stores, why it's important, what the side effects are going to be once we do it, and how we're actually going to make it happen. So first of all, why? Why do we need to reduce paper and plastic waste in our stores? You can look at it from a cost standpoint. So a single case of disposable cups is going to cost approximately $40. If you need 3 cases of cups per shipment, and you're going to get those shipments 4 to 5 times a week, that cost obviously adds up, and we're not even considering delivery cost yet. Many cups are wasted throughout the day, just because a lot of times we don't necessarily have recycling programs in all states for those cups that are customer facing. And then ordering less cups would save valuable time for our employees, less time spent ordering, less time spent with confusion over ordering, and all in all, just it would be a lot of better time spent for our customers, and it would be an opportunity for us to really create repeat customers in our stores by being more engaging because we have more time to spend on the floor. So when we're talking about reduction and waste, there are already some systems out there that really work. So today we're going to look at zero waste and factor 10 and how we can implement some of these ideas in order to reduce waste in our stores. Zero waste is a perfect system to model waste reductions in our stores, just because if we can reduce our paper and plastic waste by even 80% compared to the 90% that zero waste dictates, we'll be able to cut our costs, and we'll be able to reduce our environmental impact and contribute to the community by creating a warm environment for our customers to experience within our stores. Let's see. We're going to be able to commit to triple bottom line, so social, environmental, and economic performance, those standards are going to be met. And additionally, we'll be able to do it in a much shorter time than most zero waste initiatives would be. So if we're looking at Factor 10, Factor 10 calls for a need of a decrease in waste by a factor of 10 and a productivity increase of the same caliber within 30 to 50 years. So the concept is perfect for our purposes because we have the ability to decrease waste and increase productivity by reducing plastic and paper waste in a much shorter amount of time than that. Employee productivity cost, both of those things relate directly to zero waste, as we saw in the previous tab. So when we're talking about factor 10, we're really able to decrease waste and then in turn directly affect productivity in that way. So there are already a lot of tools in place for success that major corporations use. One that's used most often is the life cycle analysis, and they aren't always effective. For example, we can look at the life cycle of a paper cup and the life cycle of a plastic cup, and the intention is just that the paper cup is taken and either recycled or thrown away, and then the cup that's not single use, the cup that's not disposable, is intended really to be used over and over and over again. And we really know that that's not the case, especially not in our stores. Every single day we see some people who bring paper or plastic cups back in and reuse them over and over. And we also see some people who randomly, for no real reason, throw a ceramic cup in the trash. Customers do it. It is what it is. But if we look at this model and consider the imperfections of it and really just use that to kind of consider how we can reduce waste, it's totally plausible to consider it a good tool. So if we're talking about ceramic cups that we have in the stores, we can almost directly control what happens to those cups because they'll be coming back to us immediately. So that's just one way to look at LCA, the positives and the negatives there. And then when we're talking about creating a solution that really works, we have to do something for all parties. So it's good to consider the Jim Collins framework here, as it is really applicable for us as Starbucks partners, because as Starbucks partners, we're really all about the importance of one another, and we're really all about the importance of opinions and having opinions that matter. The Jim Collins framework directly is related to that, in that the way that it works is that every single employee is able to sit down and discuss what's important to them, and they come up with a solution that works together. This is kind of a catalytic mechanism in a way. So if we look at this framework, if we were able to sit down in every single store and then pass out a series of surveys and then come to a conclusion, it's something that would help us come to a fast solution that's ready for all of us to use. So we would be able to, by using a framework such as this, engage leaders in all of our stores and determine the change that's really needed to happen in that way. So, how do we really make the right decision? First of all, we have to look at all of the stakeholders' values, what they really need. And when we come to that conclusion, what do we do? So, if we're reducing plastic, we can make that happen by simply suggesting here for our customers, or we can really come up with a way to integrate it in all of our stores, such as during our planning periods when we normally roll out new training, new products, and things like that. We can utilize the systems that we have, the project managers that we have who are already creating solutions for recycling to create a completely different new program and treat it just like any other training, any other rollout for our customers. So it's really possible. And then as far as the small pieces, the everyday pieces, we're able to use more for hereware in our stores. We can survey our partners to see what they already have and auto ship those quantities. We can give away free reusable cups to our customers because those are still going to be less costly in the long run than ordering paper cups for sure. So by reducing waste in our stores, there are going to be some results that are obviously just completely tangible. There's going to be the reduced waste of product that you can see in our stores in the day-to-day. It's going to be, yes, of course, on the profit and loss statements on a line there, but you're going to physically see it. It's going to mean less cost for garbage pickup because there won't be as much present. It's going to be reduced costs, so we're going to be able to see less money fly off of the shelves in our stores, specifically because we're spending less on product. So it's going to be more money gained because if we're reducing the money that we spend on paper, then that's more money that contributes directly to our bottom line. That's more profit. Additionally, it's more money gained in the sense of our shift supervisors having to spend less time on orders. So their time is valuable. Their time is spent connecting more with customers, creating repeat occasions with our customers, and really just creating the experience, thus being more productive. So some results will be intangible if we're talking about reducing waste in those byproducts. Reduced waste does mean less time spent on inventory and really more time that we're allowed to devote to really developing talent as leaders. So we're able to have engaged employees because their lives are easier, because they always have the amount of product they need at the time. They're really able to devote their time to doing their job and nothing else, not being stressed about product. And employees are empowered when they do that. They're empowered to make the decision to offer a per here cup. So it's a certain level of employee buy-in there as well. And with the time that we have the ability to use that time to develop talent, to develop leaders for our stores, to create an environment where turnover is lessened because people are bought in and because we've committed time that we now have to developing that talent. So when we're talking about leadership development, store managers from a tier of 1 to 5 are generally level 1 to 2 leaders. These leaders are good with their businesses. They have great business acumen. They're engaged with partners, and they really develop talent to do the work that needs to be done. But by integrating change for the greater good, we are able to really develop store managers into level 3 leaders. So we're able to move them up in the company. We're able to make them better leaders by simply giving them the opportunity to organize people and resources towards a more effective pursuit of objectives. So by reducing waste in our stores and giving our operators the tools they really need to be successful, we're able to make them into better leaders, which in turn, again, reduces turnover of store managers, of operators, and ultimately just preserves them for the long run. So as a conclusion, when we're reducing waste, we are spending less time on inventory. We are spending more time developing talent and leadership. We are contributing to the bottom line and presenting positive flow through because we're wasting less in cash and because we are using our time more wisely. And we're reducing our carbon footprint. Thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to follow up.